What up, everybody? It's your girl July from Kickback Couture. Today I'm gonna show y'all some really dope stuff with the Midi bar. So the Midi bar, you know, it's been around in different forms. People use it on different occasions, but basically if you don't know music theory and you don't want to invest in some type of helper like Scalar or Melody Sauce or Captain plugins, chords, all those things, you can use the Midi bars, the Midi files, to plug in your scales and build your chords, your melodies, and your harmonies and everything like that off of that. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's get into it. No, I can't stay, I gotta dash to the spaceship, working grave shifts while I need another facelift. You can count on me, I got it covered. Here we go. I'm gonna demonstrate this in both Reason and Live for all of you instigating the DAW wars. When I do a Reason video, you say, do this in Live. And when I do it in Live, you say, do this in Reason. So I'm going to just do both in this video. I got your back. I'm going to just grab a scale from the Midi bar. Basically, you open up the pack, wherever you put it. Open the folder in your browser. And here's the major and minor scales. These are the most common used scales, of course, in America. And then we have each individual key in the folder that says more scales, A through G sharp. So you can open any scale, for example, D, and we got Arabic, blues, diatonic, all these names you see, and you can try any scale you want to. Now, let me show you how to use this. Of course, you can use something like Scales and Chords in Reason, and you can use something like the scale device, the Midi device in Live, or the chord device in Live, but this is a different process. So what you would do is you can drag this into the sequencer. I'm just going to put it on a blank track. So I dropped the MIDI track in. I'm just going to double click on it and we'll just drag this out and we'll hold down Option or Alt to time stretch it. And now what we can do is create a clip with this piano and make sure this multi-lane button is lit up as white. And we'll hold down Command or Control on Windows and click on this one while this is selected, and then we'll click on the bottom one again. And now we can see all the notes from that MIDI file as ghost notes here. So we can start creating our chords. So we had a D minor, I believe it was. So I'll just zoom in, probably zoomed in as far as I can, at least vertically. Zoom in. And we can even change this to a color that is a little bit easier to see, like sky blue. Nope, that's difficult. Sorry. All right, we'll just stick with purple. And what you can do is draw on top of those notes. They're like guidelines, and they help you build out your chords. A chord is basically more than one note played at the same time. So we would like skip every other note to build a basic chord. So here we'll have D, F, skip the G, now we have A. And then we could build another one. Let's say we want to do a 4 chord, which would be the 4th scale degree. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. That's all 7. Now the 4th scale degree is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This G right here. So G, B, whoops, and then D. I'm actually just gonna copy these up. Wrong button. Holding down Option to do that. G, B, and D. So we're going 1, 4 now. Whoops. Let's go ahead and mute this track. There we go. So now we got some basic chords. And if we want, whoops, we can also do inversions. So we can drop this down an octave by holding down Shift, Command or Control, and pressing the down key, down arrow. So an inversion is basically taking those notes out of order. So we built it from bottom to top, D, F, A. If we wanted an inversion, We could take this A, put it down. That's first inversion. Or we could have took this, put that down. That's third inversion. And, you know, just keep building, build with these chords and have some fun. Now, I'm going to do this in live so you can see how that works. All right. So now I'm in live and I have my melody bar MIDI pack in the browser, just like I did in Reason. Gonna go into more scales. Let's try C sharp harmonic minor this time. We'll just drag it onto a track, double click inside of it. We'll hide the browser and we'll make this bigger. And let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see the notes. Now I'm just gonna select all of these. You can click and drag, but that might be a little bit more difficult than holding down Command or Control and then pressing A at the same time. And then we'll drag these notes shorter. Now with them still selected, I'm going to move it over to the left so they're not in the way of our workspace here. And then from here, you can build your chords. So we did C sharp, so you can start from C sharp if you want to. Whoops. And you can build your chords like that. Or alternatively, what you can also do is hit this fold button and it'll automatically get rid of all the notes that are outside of the scale provided by those MIDI notes. So that's the chord that we built before. But if you want to see what notes you're working with, then you could definitely do it this way as well. So skip a note here, didn't skip a note here, so we could check that. Fold and go back and forth if you want to, and you can use the same basic MIDI structure skeleton on whatever you need to use it on as a basis, as a skeleton to give you direction to build your melodies, your chords, and get some harmonies going. So I hope that helps you all out. It's 100% free on my website. I'm not charging anything for free knowledge. It's music theory, and I know that it could be hard for us to understand, and trying to grasp how scales and chords players work isn't always the easiest thing to do. Okay, so as you can see, I'm still in live, and I think this sequencer is much easier to see than Reasons. So I'm just going to demonstrate how to build a full melody in here. So we were using C sharp minor, so we could stick with these chords here. I would just drag them out a little bit because I want it longer. Let's go ahead and continue to build onto this. Grabbing that pen tool, and we can go to the 5th scale degree, which would be this one here. Skip a note, and let's try to go to the 4th scale degree now. 1, 4, and 5 are the most common scale degrees. That's why I'm going to those. So if you're just now learning how to use chords, then 1, 4, and 5 are going to be the most common chords you're going to use. And as you go on and advance, definitely experiment with 2, 3, 6, and 7. Let's go ahead and create inversions by moving these down. An octave, and we'll move this down too. Let's hear this. So that's dope start. Let's build a melody on top of this. So grab the little pen tool, and we'll start at G here, G sharp, come down to a C, and I'm just going to randomly place these notes to show you how easy it is to create. A little bit of thought into it, of course, but I don't know what it sounds like. If I want to hear it, I could press this button, but I don't know what it's going to sound like. We're going to find out together. This is how a lot of producers make melodies with the sound off, because they're able to, they know the scale, and they could just randomly place the notes and see what happens. Let's put this here, 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 and here. All right, let's see what this sounds like. Might be very bad. I'm a little off. Let's move it over just so it doesn't sound like uber trash. Here. All right. Dope start. So we can copy and paste this over and keep building, basically. Whoops. And we'll be careful that we don't grab that portion of it. Switch the sound out and start cooking. And something like scalar might not always be in reach, or melody sauce, you might not want to do that. You might want to come up with it by yourself and start to learn and understand the knowledge. So this is a great tool for you to use. Y'all let me know what you would like to see next. It's all culture, kick back, and cook up like me every day. No, I can't stay. I gotta dash to the spaceship, working grave shifts while it need another facelift. You can count on me. I got it covered like a blanket. I'm impatient. I ain't waiting for a paycheck. No, I can't stay. I gotta dash to the spaceship, working grave shifts while it